Hi, this is Megan of Megan's Creations. Today I'm fulfilling a tutorial request for telling how I make my custom shapes, and one method that I use is warping shapes. I do that a lot when the basic shape is a circle or a rectangle and it's just been curved out, like this floss that I have in my new kit, Open Wide. So today I'm going to show you how I could make this floss with warping shapes. So because I want my edges to be a little rounded, I'm going to use the rounded rectangle tool, and I'm going to start with a radius of just about 50 pixels and make the big rectangle like this. And now before you do the transform tool, you don't have to rasterize it, but we will later, and you'll notice that I'm not making this element small like its size is going to be in the final product. When I use warping to make a custom element, I make it huge. I start with a 12 by 12 canvas. And this is because warping can cause jagged edges or fuzzy edges, and that's not quality. So you make it huge, and then afterwards you rasterize it and you shrink it down, and that will get rid of a lot of the jagged edges. Then you'll zoom in at 100%, and if you still see jagged edges, use a smoothing action so that it's a quality element. But I'm going to try to get rid of most of them at the beginning here by just making it huge. So I have my rounded rectangle, and that looks pretty good. I'm going to go ahead and rasterize it. And then you come to edit, and sorry the menu went off the screen, but if you scroll down here you'll see transform, and you'll get some options here, and we're going to go to warp. And then you'll see this 9 rectangle grid show up on your shape. And what you can do is you can click on a rectangle and then drag it, and it'll start to curve and bend the shape. And so I don't want bent that much, probably about here. And you'll notice that you'll have these little I don't know what you want to call them, anchors, but you can swivel and curve it if you didn't want to make it totally symmetric. You can do that also just to help with curving it up the way you want to curve it up. You can also click on a corner and drag it if you wanted to. I don't. I like them just maybe curve them just a little bit to give it a little more rounded look, but usually I don't mess with those too much. And then I also curved the bottom, so I'll be clicking this rectangle, holding it down and pulling on it and curving it down like that. And then click check to save those. Also, another tool I use, you'll see that it's kind of slanted inwards. So I will go back to edit and transform, and there is a skew tool. Click on skew, and this one just has the points around the edges, and you just click on a corner, hold, and pull it in the direction you want to skew it. So this is tapering it in like this. I did that on both sides. And again, click check to save those changes. So there's our lid. And now we're going to do the bottom, and often when I'm making custom shapes I will make the layers just totally different colors just so I can see how they're meeting up, especially since I don't want to go through all the trouble of adding drop shadow and styles just yet. I just want to wait till I just want to get my shapes down and save that for the last step. So again, I'm going to make my rounded rectangle tool and just kind of watch, see where it's meeting up. I'm going to put that in a layer below my lid and rasterize that, and then go back to my transform tools, edit transform tool, and go to warp. And I've curved my bottom, so I'll pull this middle rectangle down to curve that and then save it, and then go back to my edit transform and skew, and so it tapers it in like that. And it looks like I might have made it a little tall, so I can go ahead and just transform it like normal, like that, just using the transform tool and dragging the edges so that it'll be like that. And that's pretty much it. And then, like I said, make sure you rasterize your shape layers before you shrink it down. Otherwise it really won't stop the jagged edges or smooth them out. And so then you take it, you shrink them down to the size you want, and then still go in at 100% to make sure that the lines are smooth. Could show you here that yeah, those look really smooth. Those lines shrink. I'm sure that if we zoomed in before when we hadn't shrunk it down, that we might have had some jagged edges, but here it looks really smooth. Shrinking it down after making it so big really helps, and then we can apply our styles and textures to get our finished product. I hope you found that helpful. If you have any additional questions, post it on Facebook and I'll try to answer it. And I am taking tutorial requests. If there's something you would like to know how I do that, then just shoot me an email through my new website. There's a contact form, or you can post your question on Facebook. And I would love to do a video tutorial to help you out. I hope you enjoyed this tutorial, and everyone have a safe weekend. And I'll see you next time.